The mutant right. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. With the Disney 21st Century Fox mega merger finally complete and Dark Phoenix releasing soon, I thought it'd be a good idea to look back at the X-Men franchise and reminisce a little bit. And what better way to do that than to rank all 11 movies, right? Yes, I know Deadpool doesn't necessarily take place in the X-Men universe, but X-Men do appear in the movie, and there's an X-Men cameo in Deadpool 2, so... Before we get started, I want to thank you for watching and comment down below with your favorite movie in the X-Men franchise. Then subscribe if you got nothing better to do. I know I don't. And this will be riddled with spoilers, so yeah. Anyway, let's start this list of every X-Men movie ranked. Text on screen. Number 11, X-Men Origins, Wolverine. Come on, you can't be surprised by this. From the awful CGI Wolverine claws to sewing Deadpool's mouth shut, this movie was a mess. It was filled with missed opportunities, Gambit, and it was so bad that it prevented any further movies in the Origins series to exist. Although there were some cool sloppy action scenes, when even your lead goes on record to say how disappointed he was in how the movie turned out, there's no surprise that this movie is at the bottom of the X-Men list. Fun fact, this movie was almost rated R. Number 10, X-Men: The Last Stand. This movie didn't even know what it wanted to do. Was it about the Dark Phoenix saga? Was it about the mutant cure? Was it about mutant rights? Or how about all of the above? It was trying to do entirely too much and basically missed the mark on all of them. Then they had the audacity to kill off 3 of the main characters. And don't even get me started about the Juggernaut, bitch! Magneto lifting the Golden Gate Bridge to Alcatraz, though, still pretty wicked. It's just too bad the rest of the movie felt sloppy. Fun fact, it's rumored that Gambit was supposed to make an appearance in The Last Stand, but they thought they wouldn't be able to do him justice, so decided to put him in Wolverine Origins instead. Oh dear. Number 9, X-Men Apocalypse. I may have gone in with my expectations way too high because it definitely did not live up to it. It felt boring at times, and although I love Oscar Isaac, his performance was just bland. I still don't even get how Apocalypse wasn't able to win this battle. In any case, the fight scenes were actually pretty impressive, and we get another hilarious Quicksilver moment. Plus, seeing the first appearance of this Jean Grey's Phoenix was pretty badass. And we finally got a bigger role for Psylocke, which I've been waiting for since she appeared in X-Men: The Last Stand for 2.2 seconds. If in fact, apparently Olivia Munn passed on the role of Vanessa in Deadpool to be Psylocke. Cool. And number 8, The Wolverine. First off, this was a Wolverine movie we deserved when X-Men Origins Wolverine was released. It was fresh, unique to X-Men at the time, and it actually focused on Wolverine this time. Great action scenes, Wolverine actually felt like a complex character again, and Hugh Jackman really shined in this role. Plus, he was ripped as fuck. Now, the movie did feel a little silly at times, and it did suffer from the big Act 3 CGI showdown, but it was still a strong standalone Wolverine movie that sometimes gets overlooked. Fun fact, Hugh Jackman allegedly dehydrated himself for 24 hours prior to any shirtless scenes for his muscles to pop. Wow. Number 7, Deadpool. Now, I may get some backlash for this, but this was just another movie that was entirely too hyped up for me. Don't get me wrong, it was great. Just not as great as everyone said it was. I loved Ryan Reynolds as the better Deadpool, and then breaking of the fourth wall gets me every time. But in all honesty, TJ Miller just didn't really do it for me, and the story didn't really feel compelling enough. It was incredibly difficult to put Deadpool here, but just didn't enjoy it as much as 1 through 6. Fun fact, Deadpool had a lower budget than any X-Men movie at the time, and that's impressive. Number 6, X-Men. This was the original. It blew critics away, and it was one of the first Marvel movies to really succeed. The mutant rights storyline was compelling, and Hugh Jackman, who will now forever be known as Wolverine, dominated in the role. And we got Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen in the same movie? Ooh, could ask for more. It was really hard for me not to include this in the top 5, but I had to base it on rewatchability. And in my opinion, some moments don't really just hold up with the test of time, as the original though still always has a place in my heart. In fact, it took 9 hours for Rebecca Romijn to become Mystique. And it was worth it. Number 5, X-Men First Class. I debated on this for hours, bouncing between X-Men and X-Men First Class for the number 5 spot. In fact, they may be interchangeable based on my mood. But I really enjoyed this movie. Seeing a damaged Magneto and a Playboy Charles Xavier interact was just so intriguing to see. Then to see their friendship manifest and then crumble throughout a full movie just adds more weight to their interactions in the original X-Men movie. And for me, that warrants the number 5 spot. Plus the surprise cameo by Wolverine is awesome. Fun fact, James McAvoy took it upon himself to shave his head when he got the role, but he was unaware that Xavier wasn't going to be bald. So he had to wear a wig until his hair actually grew back. Awkward. Number 4. Deadpool 2. Yup. I enjoyed the sequel more. I just thought the introduction of Cable raised the stakes a lot more than the first movie. Plus, Josh Brolin was awesome. And although they technically brought Vanessa back at the end of the movie, it was a bold and surprising choice for them to kill her off in the first 15 minutes. And because of the success of the first movie, I felt like this movie had a little bit more freedom to really develop Deadpool as a character. Plus, who doesn't like Deadpool becoming an honorary member of the X-Men? And that kick-ass scene with Domino. Seriously. So cool. Fun fact, the Juggernaut was also voiced by Ryan Reynolds. You may have known that, but I sure as hell didn't when I started researching the movies for this list. And number 3, X2, X-Men United. I'm gonna be honest here. The only reason this movie is above Deadpool 2, 1, that Wolverine berserker scene when the soldiers invade the mansion, 2, that fighting scene between Wolverine and Lady Deathstrike. It's almost like they upped the ante from the original X-Men in this one. More elaborate fight scenes, more powers, the Phoenix tease at the end. It was still so new and fresh at that time. And then seeing Jean Grey hold back Scott's eye blasts, it's just filled with a bunch of awesome set pieces and deepen the mutant story in the right way. Fun fact, when Professor X freezes time in the museum, the actors closest to him were hired mimes. Number 2, X-Men Days of Future Past. This literally combines the X-Men from the original films and the X-Men from the prequels. Plus, centers around Wolverine time traveling? That's all I need. We finally get to see actual Sentinels, and Magneto lifts a baseball field. On top of that, this movie basically allowed them to do whatever they wanted with the new X-Men characters because it basically acted as a soft reboot. That's brilliant. And it was so cool to see Wolverine interact with a new set of X-Men. Bone Claws weren't my fave, and centering the movie around Mystique, okay. But overall, such a great movie. Fun fact, apparently there's a romantic subplot between Storm and Wolverine that got cut due to runtime. Okay, and number 1, Logan. The R-rated Wolverine movie we deserved. In my opinion, this is hands down the best X-Men movie in the entire franchise. An apocalyptic future, a dying Wolverine, a broken Xavier, and X-23. Finally! Logan just had such strong storytelling. It was emotional, had great action moments, and just felt real for this character. If this is indeed Hugh Jackman's last time as Wolverine, I'm okay with that. It felt like the end of an era, and after 17 years, it felt right. And we finally got to see Wolverine as the violent, gritty character we always wanted. And yes, the movie isn't perfect by any means, but in the X-Men franchise, it stands on its own. And will have a hard time being topped, honestly. Show us what you got, Disney. And that's my list. Thanks for watching. What's your number 1 in the X-Men franchise, and where do you think Dark Phoenix is gonna fit in? Comment below and let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. And if you like it even more, hit that notification bell to be alerted anytime I upload any new videos. Until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds.